Zelensky?
We had a conversation. I've had numerous conversations on Ukraine. It'd be nice to end that war. It costs us nothing. We make money. I don't want to make money, but we make money. Whereas Biden spent $350 billion stupidly and lost a lot of money. But it's not about the money. It's about 25 to 30,000 soldiers a month, mostly soldiers.
Are you ready to
A
sign?
month of being killed.
Do you think that can you sign the security deal? Are you able to sign that?
Rudolph and Jared are right now on the way to Moscow, so we'll see how that works out.
What kind of
I had a good meeting, but I've had numerous good meetings with President Zelensky, and it doesn't seem to happen. It's funny. I put out a 35-year war in a day, a 32-year war in 2 days, and other wars. The worst was like 4 days, and this one goes on and on forever. And actually, they may have been more complex.
Do you think that trilateral that the U.S., Russia, and Ukraine are having in Abu Dhabi this weekend leads to a trilateral between you, Putin, and Zelensky?
Look, it's all good. Anytime we meet, it's good. If you don't meet, nothing's going to happen. I mean, for the first 3 years, nobody met. Under Biden, nobody met. And you know one thing, if you don't meet, nothing's going to happen. So we are meeting, and we'll see what happens. I hope we can save a lot of lives. That's all.
Mr. President, what kind of concessions does Vladimir Putin need to make at this point?
I mean, he'll make concessions. Everybody's making concessions to get it done. Europe is going to be a part of it. It's got to be a part of it. Look, it's more for Europe than for me. I mean, I'm doing this more for Europe than for me. I'm doing it to save lives, number one. I'm doing it secondarily for Europe. I'm not doing it so much for the U.S. It doesn't affect us very much. Other than the loss of lives, we're not affected by this. It's thousands of miles away. We're separated by an ocean. But I have an ability to get things done like this, and we'll see if I can get it done. I mean, it would never have gotten done. I thought Putin wanted the whole thing. Maybe he does, but he's not gonna be going there unless we don't make a deal. But we had a good meeting today with President Zelensky. I think a very good meeting.
What's the main holdup? What's the main holdup to getting a deal?
The main holdup is the same things that have been holding it up for the last year. Look, this is a war. This is Biden's war. This isn't my war. This is a war that should have never happened. But it's complex because you have meets and bounds. You have streets. You have rivers. You have everything. Where does it end? So it's a little bit complicated. But I've had that in 5 of the other wars. There are meets and bounds. It's a location. It's boundaries. And I got them done fast in days. And this one is just going on. What's happened here is there were times when Putin didn't want to make a deal, times when Zelensky didn't want to make a deal, and it was like opposite times. Now I think they both want to make a deal, but we'll find out.
Did something change that makes you think that Putin and Zelensky now are serious about it?
I don't make any predictions. There are no changes. I think that President Putin would like to make a deal. I think that President Zelensky would like to make a deal.
What did Zelensky say today? I mean, he came all the way there to meet you. What did he say?
He said he'd like to make a deal. I mean, there's not much you can say. People know the parameters. It's not like, we're discussing things that have been discussed for 6 or 7 months, and he came and he said he wants to make a deal because I wasn't necessarily sure. I think he should want to make a deal. It's pretty tough. It's really tough for the people of Ukraine. I'll tell you that.
Mr. President,
How they live without heat, where it's 20 degrees below zero. It's very cold. That's a colder climate for the most part than Canada. And they live without heat. I asked him, how do they do that? And he gave me an answer. It's pretty amazing what they do to live. It's no way to live. Yeah.